look, I'm just going to put, I am going to record because that way if I'm not here, y'all can at least see this on Thursday. Here's 7 through 11, your answers. It was 5 to the negative 4th on 11. And then here's 12 and 13 answers. Yeah, I'm recording it real quick because y'all are going to do another study guide on Thursday. So that way at least you'll see all these answers if you need to look up the YouTube. But I'm going to pick up on number 18 and record how to do them. 14 and 15. 16, 17. And now we're starting 18. Okay. 18 says change of base formula. They want you to find the answer using the calculator. You can't since it's base 10. So you just type in log of 91 divided by the log of 3. That changes your base. You can divide that. And if you type that in on 18, what do you get for your answer? 4.106 is what you should get.
Okay. How'd you type that in?
So you're going to just type in log, let me find log of 91 divided by, and then do the log of the base, log of 3.
4.5 or 4.1?
4.106. They rounded, they wanted you to take it to several decimal places. So they got 4.106. 19 is the same way. 19, they said, okay, you've got log base 7 of 40.
So you do
log of 40 divided by log of 7.
And you get 1.896.
And when you put that in your calculator, that should be your answer.
So that's 1.895 and 1.896.
Yeah, they rounded up on that last one.
1.896.
Okay. Number 20, it says, what's the value of log base 81 of 3?
So you do log 3, then divided by log 81.
Yeah, so try that and tell me what you get. You did. He did. He decided to do the log change of base formula. You got what?
0.25.
0.25. Now, you don't see an answer like that, do you? So press math and enter, and it's going to give you which answer? 1/4. But all they did was they did the change of base formula. They said log of 3 divided by the log of that base, log of 81. I'll type it in. I'll write it down. Log of 3 divided by the log of 81. The base goes in the bottom. The base goes in the bottom. Base in the bottom. Yeah, and you should get.
0.25.
You press math and
I don't know.
No, I'm saying before I press math enter.
Oh, yeah, point. Okay, then if you press math enter on the 0.25, it'll give you 1/4 because you'll see 1/4 is the answer choice. Okay. So we've done our first 20. Let's keep going. We're doing great on
Could you give
time.
us a chance to do the rest of them and then we...
Well, y'all got 25 minutes and we've got 16 problems. Right? How many? Something like that. I would like to, but just time-wise, look, you're going to have all of Thursday to redo a study guide, a brand new study guide. So you can make sure you can do them. All right, I get 1/16 equals 64 to the 4x minus 3. Okay, so this one, I'm going to rewrite it. That's my base, that's my exponent. So I'm going to write log base b of the number equals the power. So log, what's my base? 64. Log base b, my number is 1/16 equals my power. 4x minus 3. This one is weird.
is that all you do?
Nope. Let me see. They want us to solve it. I'm trying to see the best way to solve this one. I think I want to take that to my 10. if I take it to my base 10, let me try that. Let me try it on the side. Hold on, before I show y'all. I think this will be the easiest way. The best way is not, in fact, changing it to the log. Shh. Because really, it didn't get us anywhere on either side. It's just trying to get us to match our base. So let me rewrite it so it doesn't look messy. They have 1 over 16, and over here they have 64 to this exponent. If I get the same base, this was the very first type of equation we learned on solving. If I get the same base, then I can just set the exponents equal and solve. That's what we're going to do for this one. It's kind of difficult though, because that's a 1 over 16, so it's dealing with what type of exponent? Negative. But let's ignore that for a second. 2 to what power is 16? No, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. So 2 to the 4th power. But what did we say it's going to be though? It's going to be a negative 4, because it was 1 over 16. Off, yeah. Then our other one, we want it base 2 as well. 2 to what power is 64? I mean, I just used 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Yeah, it's 2 to the 6. So I'm going to replace that with a 6. And notice I still have 4x minus 3. Does everybody see that? I just replaced those two numbers with the base. That's, to me, this one's one of the hardest ones. Now, I can set those exponents equal to each other. On the left side over here, I have negative 4. And over here, I'm just going to distribute this 6 real quick. What's 6 times 4x? 24x. And then what's 6 times negative 3?
Negative 18.
Okay. How would I solve from there?
Plus 18.
Yep, I'm going to add 18. I'm just trying to see if there's one like this on our... Yeah, that one's... The one on your test looks easier. Okay, so we add 18. And what do we get? 14 equals 24x. Then what? Divide by 24. And they get it as a fraction. You may get a decimal, but they get 7 out of 12. X is 7 out of 12. 7 over 12.
What?
7 over 12. It should be 7 over 12.
I don't know, let's do that one.
I might just
Number 22 is the same thing. We're going to have another practice round. Let's do number 22. What there's probably going to be is just one of those. I think it's number 16 on the study guide tomorrow. And probably on 16 on your test as well. But let's look at 22. It's just like it. 4 to the 4x equals 8. For me to find the x, these were the first types we learned to solve, we get the base the same. What's my base going to be?
4.
2. Because I can't square 4 to get 8. I can't. So it has to go down to 2, a smaller number. So what is 4? 2 to the what power? 2 to the second power. But don't forget, we have a 4x here. What's my 8 going to become? 2 to what power? 2 to the third is 8. 2 times 2 times 2. So now I can set these two exponents equal. What's 2 times 4x? 8x equals 3. Then what would I do? Divide by 8. And x is 3/8. That's my answer. Okay?
You just like forget about the 2's.
Yeah, once you get your base the same, then you can just set the exponents equal. Like, you needed the 2's. You had to get those the same. Once they were, then you don't need to use them. Now on number 23, now they want us to solve different, using like some logarithms and things. Since I have on number 23, this exponent, they have 15 to the 2x equals 36. I did restart this, I think. Yeah. Okay, what I'm going to do, if you notice the exponent, let's see, which one had?
You'd use 3, wouldn't you?
I would take the log of both sides on mine. I would just take, remember, if you take the log on the left side, then you would write the log on the right side. What do you do when there's an exponent and you're dealing with logs? You can move an exponent to the front. Okay, so watch. I'm just going to rewrite these. I'm going to write log of 15 to the 2x equals the log of 36. Okay? Now, like what we were saying, the 2x can move to the front, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So 2x log 15 equals the log of 36. I'm almost done. I only have one thing left to move, one big thing. Now we've got to move one thing to get the x by itself. What all's over there with the x? 2 log 15. So I'll divide it. I'll divide by the 2 log of 15 over here. So I would type that in my calculator. Oops. The log of 36 divided by 2 log of 15. I'm wondering, hold on, I want to make sure and put parentheses around my whole denominator. What number? This one is number, what did you say, 23? Yeah. Look, the reason you have to do the parentheses around the whole denominator is you don't want it to just assume you're dividing by 2.
So, log of 36.
And I get this decimal, which is A. 0.6616. It's going to go in this order, y'all. So you'll remember the first problems deal with the bases. The next set of problems make them a log. Did you put parentheses around the 2 log of 15? You have to have parentheses around that whole denominator. Otherwise, you're just dividing by 2 and then you're multiplying by that log. Yeah, 0.6616. It's answer choice A.
Wait, equals 0.6616.
Uh-huh.
Ready to go.
All right, let's look at number 24. It's the same thing. They say use a table. I wouldn't use a table. I would just kind of use the same method. It says 6 to the 4x equals 63. I can just take the log of each side and move things around. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I guess we could have done that with some of this other stuff. So I'm going to say, yeah, so she went ahead and put her steps together, but she put the 4x out front. 4x log of 6 equals the log of 63. She can move the 4x out front because that's our rule.
Is that all you did?
No, you haven't solved for x. You have to divide by 4 log 6. And make sure that all that goes in the parentheses. So
How do you know that, like, if you saw that problem, you're using log and not?
the way that I saw it was I looked at my calculator and I saw, okay, I'm dealing with exponents, so let me put a log on both sides.
So we're not
'Cause-
testing you this week.
Huh? No, you're not testing this week. You're going to test on Tuesday.
So you put in
Um, And Sarah Kate, on number 22, we probably could have done the same thing, to be honest.
Yeah.
On number 22, the only thing, 21 looks very confusing to me to do that. But we could have. We could have done it on number 21 as well.
What did you get?
For what? This one? Oh, let me try this. Log of 63 divided by, and put in my parentheses, 4 log of 6. I got 0.5781 or whatever. This is number 24. They got 0.58. They went to 2 decimal places, but
4 log,
on my calculator, that's what I put right there.
so 63.
Log of 63 divided by, and you have to put the whole denominator in parentheses.
I didn't get that.
So, SR 24 is, what is it?
So log.
24 was 0.58 is what they got. They rounded to 2 decimal places.
I don't get it. Around 2 decimal places.
Well, it says on there, round to the nearest hundredth. Okay, number 25, listen, again, it's the same thing. They want us to solve by graphing, but remember, we didn't do all that graphing because it was so much change of our window. So we can just solve it normal.
Like we did.
5 to the 4x, yeah, like this, equals 2,115. So I would just take my 4x log of 5 equals the log of 2,115. And then what would I do? Same thing I've been doing. Divide by 4 log of 5. I'll type that in my calculator. Log 2115 divided by, put in parentheses, 4 log 5. And I get on this one, what number are we on? 25. 1.19 is what they round to on number 25. 1.19. Is that getting better? Any better? Okay, good. I did 22 different, but I could have done 22 just like this as well. Uh-huh.
What'd you get?
1.19.
At 1.18.
1.19. Yeah, they rounded to 1.19. Okay, now when we keep going, 26 is the opposite. On 25, we had an exponent, so we used a logarithm. On 26, they give me a logarithm, so I'm going to use an exponent. I'm going to write the base 10. Look at your log button. What's on it? The base 10 button as well. So that's what I'm going to switch to on this one. So for number 26, we have 3 log 2x equals 4. Well, the first thing I want to do is get that log 2x by itself. So how would I move that 3?
Log 2x to the third power.
Well, you could
Oh, divide.
do it that way. I would just go ahead and divide by 3. But you can do it that way. I think it might be a little bit harder. So I get log of 2x equals, and y'all go ahead, let's just get a decimal. What's 4 divided by 3? Well, I'll just leave it as 4/3, I guess. 4/3, because it's 1.3 repeated. Now, how can I get rid of that log?
The E.
10. I need to write it to the 10. So if I write it to the 10 over here, what am I going to write over here? The base 10. 10 to the 4/3. So let me write what I have left over. Boys, are y'all paying attention? 2x is 10 to the 4/3. And then I would divide by 2. But let me find out, what is 10 to the 4/3? I just put it in my calculator. 10.
1.32.
Yeah, but if I just put that 10 to the 4/3, it gives me this decimal. Okay, I'm going to hold on to that decimal.
So 2x equals.
It just keeps going, whatever.
What did it give you?
It gave me 21 point whatever. Now, how would I solve for this x? I would divide by 2. So I'm just going to keep that decimal in my calculator and divide by 2. So it's 10.77. It says round to the nearest 10,000th. So that's really 4 decimal places.
You got, oh yeah.
So since they gave me the log, I used the base 10 to find it. We're going to do the same thing on 27.
That's crazy.
Because number 27, what do they give us? They give us the log, so we're going to use the base 10. I think 27 may be easier than that one. Log. Do y'all need a second to write?
No.
I need a second break.
4x plus 10 equals 3. So, to get rid of the log, I'm going to take that base 10, right? So that would cancel out, and I get 10 to the 3rd power. So, y'all, make sure you're paying attention. Don't make me talk over you. 4x plus 10 equals, what is 10 to the 3rd power? 1,000.
1,000.
10 with, you got 3 zeros. Now what do I do?
Minus 10.
Yeah, so we're just solving for x. So I subtract 10. 4x equals what?
990.
990. And then what?
Divide by 4.
Divide by 4. And x equals, they get 495 over 2. Because look at your answer choices, y'all, on 27. If you got a decimal, press math enter, or you would just know 990 divided by 4, math enter is this. They reduce the fraction. All right. Let's keep moving forward. 28, because we got 10 minutes. We got to get as much done as we can.
Oh, no.
This class has gone by so fast to me.
No, it's not.
2 log 4 minus log 3 plus 2 log x minus 4 equals 0. So I need to write all these logs as 1, right? I need to combine all these logs, but what would I do with that minus 4? I just move it to the other side. So that's going to say equals 4. Now, how do I write all these logs together?
Oh, you go.
Well, let's just do the exponent. Log of 4 squared. I've got a log of 3 and a log of x squared. Is everybody good with that first thing? All I did was I took any numbers out front and wrote them as what? Exponents. Yeah, so the number out front went to my exponent. Now, if I'm subtracting, it goes in the denominator. If it was adding, it goes where? In the numerator. That would mean it would be multiplied. So 4 squared goes in the what? Numerator. So I've got, can I just rewrite that as 16?
Yes.
Okay. Where does the 3, why would I do what? What is 4 squared?
I don't like that.
4, well, we're going to have to eventually do that anyway. Y'all don't want me to do it on that step?
No, it's fine.
Huh?
Why'd you write
Just-
so far over there?
Yeah, why'd you write it right there?
Well, because the G was in the way.
Why'd you write it as an exponent?
Well, I wrote it in the numerator. Remember, we're going to have a numerator and a denominator.
Log 16.
The 3 goes in the what?
Log and then writes the numbers over them. She only writes 1 log. I write 2 when I do it.
3. And where does the x squared go?
Denominator.
It's not being subtracted. It's being added. So it stays in the numerator. And it equals 4. All I did was, y'all, I changed that 4 squared to a 16. Because what is 4 times 4? 16. If it was a positive, it stayed in the numerator. And if it was a negative, it went to the denominator. Okay, it's kind of like those exponent rules we learned long time ago.
Why isn't it 16 plus x squared?
Because the rule for plus is to multiply them. And see, since I'm adding this, that's why it's 16 times x squared up here. Because I'm adding. The subtraction one goes to the bottom, but for division. Now, what do I do to get rid of the log?
Oh.
Yeah.
Base 10. So it cancels out over here. I get 16 x squared divided by 3. And then I have 10 to the 4th power over here. What is 10 to the 4th power?
10,000.
Yep. I'm going to just go ahead and write that. 10,000. Then what do I do?
Multiply by 3.
Yeah, and divide by 16. Yeah, or so you could flip it. She just said, let's just multiply by 3.
Yeah, so that's it.
Okay, so multiply by 3. I'd have done that as one step.
Like 5 million steps.
Well, because it's just multiplying by the reciprocal. It's so much faster to multiply by, but it's fine.
We're not a math major.
You're right, you're right. Okay, so 16x squared
Equals 30,000.
equals 30,000. Then what are you going to do?
Square root.
Nope, not yet.
Divide by 16.
Divide by 16. Look, I told you we were going to do that.
Yeah.
So x squared equals, what's 30,000?
875.
Oh my goodness gracious. What she's doing.
1,875. Okay, then what are we going to do?
Now we see.
Now we can square root that. And it gives us a decimal. This is 28.
43.
They got 43. They went to 4 decimals.
43.3013.
0.3013. 43.3013. They square rooted.
Wait, so what?
5 minutes. I'm trying to get done. 29. Let me keep going. I should have started on this earlier because we are running out of time. 3 natural log of 3 plus 3 natural log of c. Write it as a single natural logarithm. So it's 3 to the third, because I move it to the exponent, right? And c to the third. Then what do you do to combine them? Since you're adding, yes, you multiply.
And
What is 3 to the third?
27.
27.
And
C to the third. That's natural log. And I got 27 times c to the third. It's just this number here times c to the third. Because our rule for adding is to multiply those. It's just like the ones at the beginning, right? Number 30 is like this.
yes.
I hope so.
Let's look at number 30. It's just, it has a natural log written in front. Okay, on this one, the numbers out front go to where? Your exponent. That's an x to the third and a c squared. Are we done? Is that written as 1?
No.
No. When I'm subtracting, I would write it as what?
Wait.
Yeah, division. X to the third over c squared. So the natural log of x to the third over c squared. Yeah, so that's A. All right. 31 should be everybody's favorite. What is the natural log of e to the third? What happens to natural log and e? They're, yeah, they cancel out their reciprocal functions, or inverse functions, I mean. So it is just 3. Your answer is 3.
Wait, so for 30, you just moved the 3 into 2?
Yeah, you always remember the number out front becomes your exponent.
Okay.
And then when you're subtracting, you write it as division.
And then when you're adding,
You write it as multiplication. That's correct. Okay, 32. I know we've got 3 minutes. I'm trying to get through as many of these as I can. 32, it's the natural log of 2x minus 1 equals 8. How do I get rid of the natural log? If you forgot, look at your calculator. It tells you it's the same button. So you're just going to take e to both sides. So I get 2x minus 1 equals e to the 8. And your calculator should give you whatever e to the 8 is. And then how are you going to solve? Well, you will add 1 and then divide. So let me find what is e to the 8.
It's
2,900.
Okay.
2,900.
So 2,980.96. I would add 1 to that. And then what do I do? Divide by 2. So we should get, what number is this one? 32. They get 1,490.979. That is
D.
D.
2 minutes.
It is D. Okay? Now let's do number 33. I know I'm just trying to get y'all through them so y'all can do this on Thursday. The natural log of x minus the natural log of 6 equals 0. What am I going to do with these two things? Well, since it's subtraction, I'm going to put them over. The natural log of x over 6 equals 0. I combined them. Then it's going to be e.
E0.
So I will just type in, what is anything to the 0 power?
1.
So x over 6
Equals 1. Multiply both sides by 6, and we get x equals 6.
Okay.
Okay? 34, this may be my last one.
Never mind. Just stop.
Are y'all gonna be able to handle these on your own? Here.
just give us the answer.
Here's your answers. And then y'all can handle doing these on Thursday. Because it looks like there's one like 34, and there's one like 35. Okay? They're just the opposite. You're going to take the natural log. Since they say E, you're going to take the natural log.
Look at all these notes.
Remember, Thursday's work is a grade, but turn it in after, or when you go to take your test. No,